Hello, I'm Battalion Chief Scott.
I'm Paramedic Matthew Bergen.
The Division of Fire and Rescue Services provides EMS and fire services to over 255,000 residents in Frederick County. And in 2019, we handled over 34,000 calls, with 80% of them or more being EMS related. So today's segment, we're going to switch from the fire aspect over to the EMS side of the services that we provide. What is the Mobile Community Health Care Program?
We're a program that we started in 2017. It was an initiative through the fire department to help provide better services to the community. We do assistance with healthcare navigation, managing chronic conditions, and helping navigate folks through the healthcare landscape.
What do you mean by mobile community health care?
So being mobile is our most important asset. We can get into the community and we can work with folks in their homes, and that helps us to better understand how their day-to-day lives impact their healthcare and their healthcare utilization.
When a client or a citizen has an appointment with the Mobile Community Health Care Program, what are some of the services that you provide upon arrival at their houses?
One of the most important things that we do is a home safety review, and what this does is it allows us to identify slip, trip, and fall hazards. One of the things that we know is that falls in the elderly can be very dangerous and very expensive. So by making simple corrections to things that we identify in the home, we can help keep people safe. One of the other things that we do is a medication inventory, and that's important because it helps us to identify if there's a duplication of medications or maybe a pair of medications that shouldn't be administered together, and we can refer that information back to the primary care physicians to get that information corrected.
So while you're at their homes, am I correct in saying that you guys also check to make sure that their smoke detectors are in working condition as well?
Absolutely, Chief. One of the most important things that we do in our home safety review is that we check not only for smoke detectors, but we also check to see if there's a fire extinguisher and to see if they understand how to use the fire extinguisher and when it would be appropriate to engage that resource.
Great.
One of the very last things that we do before we conclude a visit is we provide our folks with what's called the red folder.
The red folder is an important part of the program. What is the red folder, and can you explain a little bit about it to me?
Absolutely, Chief. The red folder is an initiative that was started by Frederick Health Hospital, and our EMS clinicians are trained to look for this folder when they go into patients' homes. The folder is big, it's bright red with a white star of life on it, and on the back are two magnets so that the folder can be affixed to the patient's refrigerator. And then inside of the folder, we want to put some very important documents. So this might be things like advanced directives, a Maryland MOLST form, information about the patient's health care, and even a list of their medications.
So inside that red folder, you had mentioned advanced directive. Can you explain to the citizens that are watching today a little bit about the advanced directive?
Yeah, absolutely, Chief. This is an area that confuses a lot of folks sometimes. Advanced directives are a patient's way of expressing what their wishes are for their care. And the unique thing about the advanced directives is that you don't need a doctor or a lawyer to sign off on it. That's just your way of expressing how you want to be treated if you're not able to express your wishes yourself. Unfortunately, in EMS, we can't adhere to those directives. We have to use what's called a MOLST form, and a lot of times people don't always realize that they have to have both the MOLST and the advanced directive. The MOLST form says something very similar to the advanced directives in that it directs EMS clinicians on how to manage somebody's care if they can't speak for themselves. But the MOLST form does need to be signed by your primary care physician or another healthcare practitioner.
Also in the red folder, I noticed that you had a blue piece of paper that is a medication list. Can you explain a little bit about the medication list and why that is important for us as first responders when we come to your house on an emergency situation?
Absolutely, Chief. So on this blue piece of paper is a list for all of the patient's medications. And this is important because when somebody calls 911, one of the instructions that they're going to be given by the call taker is to gather up all of their medications or a list of medications. And knowing that information helps the first responders provide better treatment. Also on the back side of that list is a spot for important information like name and birthday, different medical conditions, and medication allergies that that patient may have.
If someone's interested in the red folder or information on the mobile community healthcare program, who can they contact to get more information?
They can call our office directly. They can call us at 301-600-0624.
I would like to thank the Frederick County Training Academy for hosting us today. I'm Battalion Chief Scott.
I'm paramedic Matt Bergen.
Join us again next time for our next episode.